Say it out loud.
All right. Ready? Cool. All right, everybody. My name is Jonathan Steins, and today my presentation is going to be about advertisement and alcohol. So, today's presentation, I want you all to understand and be able to take action when it comes to understanding the effects that alcohol advertising has on you. So for the introduction, from a young age, I was always told to stay away from drugs. My elementary school, we did the DARE program, so I signed a little piece of paper to stay away. And then my dad specifically told me to stay away from drinking. When it comes to companies that are not alcohol companies, there's always a bad look. Let's say for nicotine, for example, say you go to buy cigarettes or a vape, and say, warning, don't buy this, there's health problems. When it comes to alcohol, it's rather promoted instead of looked down upon. And then, yeah, cool. So now we're going to talk about how advertising of alcohol affects us. My credibility, I spent the last few weeks researching this, pulling together a bunch of different information, so I'll be able to have this presentation for you guys. And then why this is a problem on the advertising side as well as the personal side. And I'm going to explain the main points and the effects that alcohol has on us. And then we're going to find out more about how alcohol is being marketed to us. So, what's wrong with how alcohol is being marketed to us? It's always shown in a positive way. According to the World Health Organization, the increasing use of sophisticated online marketing techniques for alcohol and the need for a more effective regulation, it shows that young people and heavy drinkers are merely targeted by alcohol advertising, often a deterrent to their health. So, with alcohol advertising, they're specifically promoting to these groups of people because they want you to buy their product, which is obviously not good for you. So, how these companies are advertising to us. There's a bunch of ways that these companies are advertising to us. For me specifically, I see it the most at sporting events, so that's my example. But every single time I turn the TV on and watch something with sports, I always see an alcohol advertisement. And then specifically for the NFL and the UFC, I always see Bud Light sponsorship. I mean, that's their sponsor, so I always see that. And then why do we need to be marketing alcohol just to watch a sporting event? Of course, these marketing alcohol for these companies generates these companies revenue, but the World Health Organization states such sponsorship can significantly increase the brand name to the audience, and that's from the World Health Organization. And of course, if these people are watching your sporting event and they see your brand, they're going to want to go out and buy that brand. So, what percent of movies convey or present drinking as a part of the movie? Does anybody have an idea what percent it would be?
60%.
60%? 40%? It's actually 80%. So 80% of movies have alcohol in them one way or another. You also have to keep in mind that also includes children movies, which are not allowed to have alcohol. So if you take those out of the equation, it's a huge portion of movies have alcohol in it. So Dartmouth researchers found that 80% of movies feature some degree of alcohol consumption. This type of drinking exposure, while it may seem harmless, serves as a means for alcohol brands. So that's from the alcohol reader. So, how big of an effect do these drinking advertisements have on us? So, Movindi International states, alcohol marketing has more harmful effects on children and youth. Alcohol marketing also shapes young people's attitudes towards alcohol. So, what these companies are essentially doing is they're specifically targeting a younger audience, sports fan audience, so as they grow older, these people are already catered towards a certain brand of alcohol. And then main point 2, so now we're going to be talking about just how alcohol affects us, the long run and the short run of alcohol, and as well the age groups. So for the youth, it's pretty simple, same for the older generation as well, but if you drink too much alcohol in a short amount of time, you are going to face with vomiting, poor decision making, you can pass out, get alcohol poisoning, coma, even possibility of death. And then same thing for adults. If you drink excessive amount of alcohol in a short amount of time, you're going to see negative health results. But now if you look into it in the long run of the excessive alcohol in adolescence, we're setting ourselves up for a future health risk. So the organization and the function of the brain continues into a person's mid-20s. During these times, adolescents will develop cognitive and emotional essential skills to survive. So the nature of these rapid changes also increase the adolescent vulnerability to the alcohol exposure, and that's the alcohol effects on health. So if you start excessive drinking from a young age and you do this for a long period of time, you're reshaping the way your brain works, and you are understanding the exposure of alcohol, and you're training your brain like it's okay to drink these excessive amounts as you get older. And then of course you're setting yourself up for future health risks. And then list for adults, it was a huge list. I only put down a couple of them. But just to name a few, high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, liver disease, you're putting yourself at a higher chance of getting cancer, you're destroying your immune system, you're putting yourself at a higher chance of getting sick, you're setting yourself up for mental health problems, and then you're also setting yourself up for alcohol disorder or dependence on that. So we see these effects of what that alcohol gives us, and then yet we see all these promotions and these advertisements of how positive alcohol is. So why is alcohol marketed to us so positively if these are the results that we're getting? So for main point number 3, we have come up with solutions on how to stop the advertisement of nicotine and other brands that are harmful towards you. Why haven't we come up with something to stop how alcohol is being sold to us? So why are alcohol companies always being promoted to us in a positive light? When it comes to our favorite players or our favorite teams, they are always sponsored by alcohol brands, promoting alcohol. It's just a promotion of alcohol everywhere. And then, once again, league sponsors, UFC, NFL, it's sponsored by Bud Light. So, for the conclusion, the way alcohol is marketed towards us should not be taken lightly. We need these large corporations know how to effectively market to us, whether they're catering towards the youth or us in general. They know what they're doing. And then why is it okay that these companies have no rules when it comes to regulating alcohol advertisements that they're sending out, when other corporations such as nicotine or cigarettes, they do have rules? And for my closing statement, the alcohol-related disease impact application estimates that each year there are more than 178,000 deaths attributed to excessive alcohol use, making alcohol one of the leading preventable causes of death in the United States. National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. So just right there, that fact alone, it's #1 leading preventable cause that we can avoid. However, we're seeing multiple positive ads shining alcohol in a great light when it comes to advertising. So, thank you.